ലക്ഷദ്വീപ് കളക്ടർക്കെതിരെ ഇപ്പോൾ പ്രതിഷേധം നടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. CPIയുടെ നേതൃത്വത്തിലാണ് പ്രതിഷേധം. ഇടത് യുവജന സംഘടനയുടെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ പ്രതിഷേധമെന്നാണ്. ശ്രീജിത്ത് ശ്രീകുമാരൻ വിവരങ്ങളുമായി. ശ്രീജിത്ത്, പ്രതിഷേധം എവിടെയാണ്? മറ്റു വിവരങ്ങൾ എന്താണ്?
അനുജ, എറണാകുളം പ്രസ് ക്ലബ്ബിൽ ഇന്ന് വാർത്താ സമ്മേളനം കളക്ടർ അഷ്കർ അലിയുടെ, ലക്ഷദ്വീപ് കളക്ടർ അഷ്കർ അലിയുടെ വാർത്താ സമ്മേളനം പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നു. ആ വാർത്താ സമ്മേളനം നടക്കുന്ന പ്രദേശത്തിന് തൊട്ടു അപ്പുറത്തേക്ക് കളക്ടർ വരുന്നതിന് ഏതാനും 5 മിനിറ്റ് മുൻപ് തന്നെ AYF DYFI പ്രവർത്തകർ സംഘടിച്ചെത്തുകയായിരുന്നു. AYF പ്രവർത്തകർ അവരുടെ നേതാവ് CPI നേതാവ് സഞ്ജിത്തിന്റെ നേതൃത്വത്തിലും DYFIയുടെ പ്രവർത്തകർ അപ്പുറത്തും സംഘടിച്ചിരുന്നു. പോലീസ് ഇവരെ പരമാവധി തടയാൻ വേണ്ടി ശ്രമിക്കുന്ന ഒരു സാഹചര്യമുണ്ടായി. പക്ഷേ കരിങ്കൊടിയുമായി കളക്ടറുടെ വാഹനത്തിനടുത്തേക്ക് DYFI പ്രവർത്തകരാണ് ചാടി വീണത്.
ശരി ശ്രീജിത്ത്, ഇപ്പോൾ ലക്ഷദ്വീപ് കളക്ടർ മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് സംസാരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അതിലേക്ക് പോയിട്ട് തിരികെ എത്താം.
Has awarded a submarine optical fiber cable project of rupees 1072 crore, and this will be completed by 23-24. With this, online education, e-medicine and various types of technical facilities will be available here, so that the local people of this place will get new opportunities in the field of education, employment and business. With regard to tourism, Maldives, with the same natural beauty and similar geographical location as Lakshadweep, has emerged as a great tourism location in the world map. But even today, there are negligible facilities for tourism in Lakshadweep. 3 eco-friendly tourism water villa projects are being developed for tourism development by the Lakshadweep administration in collaboration with Niti Aayog on the lines of Maldives in Minicoy, Kadmad and Sueli Islands. The progress on the same will start from the month of August 2021. With this, tourism will get a new dimension and tourists will get facilities for accommodation and entertainment. Local people will also get new opportunities for employment and business. Keeping tourism in mind, liquor permits have been given at the selected tourist establishment only for the tourists, not for the islanders. That too only for the permit holders. Better connectivity has an important role in promotion of tourism and regional development. Until now, only low-capacity aircraft such as ATR were able to land at Agatti Airport, due to which national and international tourists could come only in small numbers. The administration has started the process of expansion of Agatti airstrip in collaboration with the Government of India. This will enable high-capacity aircraft such as Boeing and Airbus to land here, which will facilitate connectivity and promote tourism. Keeping in view the disaster management, medical facilities and strategic security, the helipad at Kavrati is being equipped with night landing facilities so that the Coast Guard and Navy choppers will be able to park and operate from this helipad. The UT administration has taken steps to introduce flight from Bangalore port in addition to Cochin to ensure the availability of essential commodities on the islands located at the northern end, as these islands are geographically closer to Bangalore port. The use of this sea route will reduce the navigable distance by about 75 nautical miles and save time of 9 hours, which will also result in a reduction in the cost of freight by about rupees 200 per ton. With regard to agriculture and fisheries, there are around 10.5 lakh coconut trees on the island, and about 10.5 crores coconuts are produced annually in the Union Territory. However, till date, the value addition and marketing of coconut and its produce has not been developed on a commercial level, due to which farmers are not getting fair value of their production. The administration has taken initiative with Coconut Development Board, Quair Board Cochin and NCDC to promote value addition and processing of coconut so that the income of the farmers will be doubled. Tuna fish is found in abundance in the sea here. Approximately 25,000 metric tons of fish are caught every year, of which 92% is tuna fish. But due to the lack of proper arrangement of ice and fish processing here, fishermen don't get fair price of their cage. Taking steps in this direction, the administration has set up an ice plant in Minicoy, Bitra, Agatti, and in addition to Kavrati and Karmad. An ice plant is being set up in Amini also. This will help preserve the value and quality of tuna fish. MOU has been signed with NCDC for the state-of-the-art promotion to increase exports of tuna fish. Along with this, new markets are being explored by NCDC, MPEDA and other institutions for fish exports so that our fishermen can get fair value of their products. For economic empowerment and self-reliance of women in the Union Territory, the process has been started to make Lakshadweep the nation's largest hub for seaweed farming through formation of women self-help groups in the Union Territory. With regard to education and health, there is an inadequate facilities for higher education for the youth here. For this, the administration has taken initiative to set up a nursing college and paramedical college in Kavarati and a polytechnic college in Minikoi to provide higher education opportunities in Lakshadweep itself. The youth of this island shall get a chance to make a career in the mechanical, electrical and marine engineering streams at a polytechnic college. This shall provide a golden opportunity for the youths, especially for Minikoi Island, who are aspiring to join the Merchant Navy. These courses will start in the ensuing academic session this year. In this direction, a process has been initiated in the field of education for establishment of a new modern high school in Kavarati, the capital island of Lakshadweep, the need of which was felt by the local residents over the years. Hitherto, the health infrastructure here was not developed up to its full potential even after 73 years of independence. Keeping this in mind, sea-facing hospitals are being constructed in Agati, Minikoi, Enroad and Kavarati. The administration has taken special initiative to deal with COVID pandemic. With the efforts of the administration, 2 oxygen plants are being installed by the Government of India in Agati and Kavarati. Along with this, 1 oxygen plant is being set up in Minikoi through CSR. This is an important step towards making the UT of Lakshadweep, which is about 500 kilometers away from the mainland, self-reliant in the field of health. Just as petroleum products are sold by public sector undertakings like IOCL across India, similarly, retail outlets will be run by them in Lakshadweep, providing employment to the local people. Electricity for the entire Lakshadweep is generated from diesel generators, which has a very adverse effect on the environment. To save the natural environment and to promote green energy and clean energy here, Government of India has started the process of privatization for the production of electricity. Ration was received for the poor under National Food Security Act and for the midday meal, and it used to come to one of the islands and was transported to different islands from here. By requesting FCI, now the entire ration will be transported by FCI to all the islands. By sending all the rations on the same island, the vested interests misused the arrangement and sold the ration in the open market. This practice would now be curbed and there would be a saving in the cost of distribution. The loss caused by the above initiative to the food mafia has prompted them to propagate misinformation campaign. Efforts are being made to open Amul outlets in all the 10 inhabited islands to make essential items like pure milk, curd, cheese, ghee, butter, etc. available to the residents of this Union Territory. The administration is also taking action to remove illegal encroachments at various places over the years in Lakshadweep, in protest of which a self-motivated propaganda is being carried out by vested interests. Kavarati, the capital island of Lakshadweep, having a population of 12,000, has been included in the smart city for the development of world-class urban facilities and infrastructure. Efforts are being made to include important 4 islands in the same by increasing its scope. Keeping this goal in mind, the town country planning regulation needs to be notified, for which steps are being taken. There is a misleading propaganda that a person with more than 2 children cannot be a candidate in the election. It is clarified in this context that when this Panchayat Act is notified, its provision will only apply to the parents of infants born after the due date of notification. Keeping in mind the development and upliftment and empowerment of women, the administration has provided 50% reservation to women under the Panchayat Act here. With this, the women here will also be able to plan the development of Lakshadweep and can take over the reins of its future. In the state where women is empowered, the future development of the whole society is bright. Further, amendments have been made in the panchayat law here on the lines of provision of panchayat law in other states of the country. Keeping in mind the internal security and the future of the youth, a few days ago, 300 kg heroin with an international value of 3,000 crores and 5 AK-47 rifles and 1,000 live rounds were confiscated. Similarly, many cases of illegal smuggling of marijuana, liquor and POXO cases have been reported here. In this small union territory, the future of the youth here is expected to be clouded by such illegal business. Keeping this in mind, strict and stringent laws are needed so that the youth here are not misguided. People having vested interests in such illegal business are propagating against the imposition of strict laws. As many states of the country have enacted cow protection laws, a law has been introduced in Lakshadweep on the same lines. Only those who are associated with its illegal business and those who have personal interests are propagating against this legislation. The administration have started continuous work for the prosperity and bright future of all its citizens, especially fishermen, women and youth of this blessed union territory, which is being left behind in the race for development from its brothers and sisters of the other Indian states and UTs. In such a situation, the people whose vested interests are hit by the administration are propagating misinformation campaign against the administration. All citizens are requested to participate in this journey of development led by the administration. Now I would like to brief about COVID management in Lakshadweep. SOP, Standard Operating Procedure for the movement of men and material from mainland to islands and vice versa, was revised on 22nd December. It came into effect from 20th December. As per the revised SOP, anyone who wants to come to Lakshadweep shall carry a negative test report of RT-PCR often 48 hours prior to the travel. Here I would like to inform to all of you that we revised the SOP considering the guidelines issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. Till December, livelihood activities and essential service were not permitted in Lakshadweep. I will give you some examples. Private vessels, which is called mechanized sailing vessels, fish collection boats, even flight operations were stopped during that time. At some point of time, we have to decide to open the economy considering the livelihood requirements of our islanders. So we have decided in the last week of December to revise the SOP. At the same time, there was a petition in the High Court. Honorable High Court didn't entertain the petition and it was rejected in the Honorable High Court of Kerala. So we go ahead with the SOP. Yes, when we manage the first wave of COVID in Lakshadweep, yes, Lakshadweep was COVID free. It was COVID free till 18th of January 2021. Now when we look back, why did we take this decision? The most important thing was about livelihood activities. Local population was demanding for the same. We could not simply shut down the economy for a long period of time. And more to that, monsoon was supposed to come in mid-May. So we have only around 5 months to take care of the economic activities, development activities, and the requirements of the local population. So we have decided to come up with a revised SOP. Initially, there was some concerns amongst the local residents. There was some concern, but we addressed them. Then they became very confident. If you see in the islands, now also, everyone is adopting COVID appropriate behavior. As on today, there is no panic or tension in the islands. This campaign, this misinformation campaign, I am seeing outside of Lakshadweep. With more details, if you see testing capacity in Lakshadweep, we increased the capacity from 100 tests per day to around 3,000 tests per day. We established one RT-PCR lab at Kavarati. Otherwise also, whenever as and when required, we are sending samples for RT-PCR testing at Kalamesari Medical College and NIB Alape. As on 26 May 2021, we have tested 1,21,681 samples, out of which 7,229 became positive. So cumulative test positive rate is 5.94%. And very recently, if you see yesterday, we have tested 2,247 and 118 became positive with a positivity rate of 9.25%. So our positivity rate is below 10%. And if you see about the COVID deaths, in the islands, we have 26 COVID deaths. Out of this, 23, they were having serious comorbid conditions. And in case, if there is a requirement for any medical evacuation, we have choppers, we have facilities for medical evacuation. We have done 26 times with the help of Power Nuns helicopters for medical evacuation to Cochin. And in Cochin also, we have a tie-up with the Indian Navy in Sanjeevani Hospital. There are 10 beds reserved for the local residents of Lakshadweep. And if you see the health infrastructure and facilities, for a population of 70,000, we have 127 doctors and dedicated 30-bedded COVID hospital at Kavarati. In all the islands, we have first-line treatment centers with a capacity of 1,147 beds, and as on today, 847 COVID positive patients are there. In Lakshadweep, each and every COVID positive patient, we monitor them, we take care of them like we take care of our family members. With regard to vaccination, in 6 islands, we have almost completed vaccination for above 18 years of age. If you see for healthcare workers, we have achieved 98% first dose. Frontline workers, we have achieved 100%, and above 18, we have started for 6 islands, and above 45, we have achieved 80%, and above 60, we have achieved 88%. So now we have received enough vaccines to cover the entire population of Lakshadweep, at least for the first dose, and it will be completed soon. I just want to share to all of you, after 28th December, 31,782 persons have traveled from mainland to the islands, and 87,043 islanders have traveled from one island to another island. So in the last 5 months, almost 118,825 persons, they have traveled from mainland to the islands or islands to the islands. And 380 private manjus, mechanized sailing vessels, have come from the mainland to the islands. And we witnessed around 300 marriages in the islands in the last 5 months. And tourists also, if you see the figure, around 1,000 tourists have visited Lakshadweep in the last 5 months. So once we revise the SOP, if you see the economic activities and livelihood activities, it is very much visible that the locals have cooperated 100% with the administration. So my humble appeal to all of you, especially the citizens of Lakshadweep, and to all those who have stakes in Lakshadweep, the administration is very proactive. Considering the larger public interests and the requirements of the islands, we are working very hard, and now also around 3,000 staffs, healthcare workers and frontline workers, they are working 24/7 for effective COVID management in the islands. You take any parameter for COVID management, considering the national standards, Lakshadweep is one of the best performing UT in the country as far as COVID management is concerned. So this misinformation campaign affects the morale of these 3,000 dedicated healthcare workers, frontline workers who are working day and night in the islands. I just want to inform to all of you, during the time of Ramzan, in April and May, we did everything during night time with proper fasting, with all these staffs, they are dedicated. So we increase the capacity of the administration, we improve the facilities for healthcare, because for us, every life is very precious, and we plan for each and every person in the islands. Now I will take few questions.
Could you please elaborate on who children know with regard to the election?
Yes, with regard to that, what I wanted to say is, the provision is they can contest in the election if they have 2 children. And when we talk about 2 children, it means only after the date of notification, if suppose infants are born to that particular parents. Suppose now there is a parent, there is a person, he has 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids, that they will be allowed to contest the election. Once we notify this Panchayat Amendment Regulation, once this comes into effect, after that, this provision will apply to those parents of infants born after the date of publication. So it will not apply to those who are at present. See, yes, this talks about anti-social activities. No doubt, Lakshadweep is very peaceful. It will remain peaceful. Now also, in the islands, it is very peaceful. But you see, there are 2-3 things which are emerging in the islands, in and around the islands. One, if you see drug trafficking, it is increasing in and around Lakshadweep. Many youths are involved in drug trafficking and drug abuse. And if you see, very recently also, there was an incident near around Minikoi. Indian Coast Guard has confiscated almost 500 kg of heroin costing around 3,000 crores. There is one part. POXO cases are increasing. And in the recent past also, many cases are coming up. So when we plan, when we want to develop these islands holistically, we cannot compromise on the law and order front. Yes.
ലക്ഷദ്വീപ് കളക്ടറാണ് മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് തത്സമയം കാര്യങ്ങൾ വിശദീകരിക്കുന്നത്. എത്തരത്തിലേക്കുള്ള പുതിയ പദ്ധതികൾ അവിടെ നടപ്പാക്കുന്നു, അത് എപ്രകാരം ഗുണകരമാണ് എന്നതടക്കമുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ അദ്ദേഹം വിശദീകരിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നു. ചില പുതിയ മാർഗനിർദ്ദേശങ്ങൾ, പുതിയ നിയമങ്ങൾ അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേറ്ററുടെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ നടപ്പാക്കുന്നതിൽ മാധ്യമപ്രവർത്തകരുടെ ചോദ്യങ്ങൾക്ക് അദ്ദേഹം ഇപ്പോൾ മറുപടി നൽകുകയാണ്. തിരഞ്ഞെടുപ്പിൽ മത്സരിക്കുന്നതിലടക്കമുള്ള പുതിയ മാനദണ്ഡങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ചുള്ള മറുപടിയാണ് അദ്ദേഹം നൽകിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. കോവിഡുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട കാര്യങ്ങളിലടക്കം അദ്ദേഹം മറുപടി നൽകുകയും ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. നേരത്തെ കളക്ടർക്ക് എതിരെ അവിടെ ഇടതുപക്ഷ സംഘടനകളുടെ, യുവജന സംഘടനകളുടെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ പ്രതിഷേധമുണ്ടാവുകയും ചെയ്തു. ലക്ഷദ്വീപ് കളക്ടർ മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് സംസാരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. പ്രസ് ക്ലബിന് പുറത്ത് ഡിവൈഎഫ്ഐ പ്രവർത്തകർ, CPIയുടെ പ്രവർത്തകരൊക്കെ പ്രതിഷേധിക്കുകയും ചെയ്തു. എന്തായാലും എത്തരത്തിലേക്കാണ് പുതിയ കാര്യങ്ങൾ അവിടെ നടപ്പാക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് എന്നതിൽ കളക്ടർ ന്യായീകരിക്കുകയാണ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. ലക്ഷദ്വീപ് കളക്ടറാണ് മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് ഇപ്പോൾ ഉയർന്നിരിക്കുന്ന ആരോപണങ്ങളുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട നിലപാട് വിശദമാക്കുന്നത്. ഇപ്പോൾ അവിടെ നടപ്പാക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നതെല്ലാം ഈ ദ്വീപിന്റെ ഭാവി കണക്കാക്കിക്കൊണ്ടാണ്, സുരക്ഷിതമായ ഒരു ഭാവിയെ കണക്കാക്കിക്കൊണ്ടാണ് അത്തരത്തിലേക്കുള്ള വികസന പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ നടപ്പാക്കുന്നത് എന്നാണ് കളക്ടർ പറയുന്നത്. പ്രതിഷേധവും ഒരു വശത്ത് അരങ്ങേറുന്നുണ്ട്. അവരുടെ പ്രതികരണങ്ങൾക്കനുസരിച്ച്
ഒരു ജനതയുടെ ജീവിതത്തെ തകർക്കാൻ കേന്ദ്ര ഗവൺമെന്റ് നടത്തുന്ന വിവിധങ്ങളായ ശ്രമങ്ങളിലെ ഒടുവിലത്തെ തെളിവാണ് ലക്ഷദ്വീപിലെ ഈ വന്യമായ ജനാധിപത്യ വിരുദ്ധത. അതിനെതിരായി കേരളത്തിലെ ജനങ്ങൾ ഐതിഹാസികമായ പ്രക്ഷോഭങ്ങളിലേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങിത്തിരിക്കും. അതിൻ്റെ സന്ദേശമാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ ഈ നഗരത്തിൽ ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഇതിനു മുമ്പും ലക്ഷദ്വീപിൽ ഇത്തരം നീക്കങ്ങൾ നടന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. ആ നീക്കങ്ങളെ ചെറുത്തുതോൽപ്പിക്കാൻ അന്നത്തെ ജനതയ്ക്കായിട്ടുണ്ട് ലക്ഷദ്വീപിൽ. അതിന് ഐക്യദാർഢ്യം പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് കേരളത്തിലെ ജനത.
Now crime rate is very less. Yes. See, I will give you a simple example. In few islands, like suppose Kiltan Island, drug abuse is very high. Many youths are involved. And when you see the system that is in place, the administration is not very empowered. And this system, like Anti-Social Activities Act, this will apply only to those who will involve in anti-social activities. We are not going to, arrest anyone or everyone. So this will apply only to those who will involve in anti-social activities. So we should see from that perspective. Not because, yes, for the past experience, Lakshadweep has been very peaceful, but we cannot assume that in the 20 years to come, that Lakshadweep will remain peaceful. We cannot simply sit on that. We need to prepare, because now the requirements, the perspectives, the objectives of the administration is also changing.
kind of very sensitive to it. When you use or you misuse it, there is a worry of electricity.
I just want to explain to all of you, in Lakshadweep, whatever we do through an open and transparent system. Whatever we do. So we will follow whatever we preach or whatever we adopt in letter and spirit. There is a procedure established by law and due process of law. So yes, in certain sections, those who are having vested interest, those who are involved in this illegal business, yes, they are simply against this PASA, matlab prevention of antisocial activities regulation. So you please see from the perspective of what will be required for the islands 10 years down the line.
Sir, regarding this beef ban in schools, beef and chicken you ban. So what is the justification for that?
I just want to explain. In the midday meal menu, we still keep non-veg component, non-vegetarian. Like in the menu, in the midday meal menu for the schools, they can have fish, they can have egg, because considering the availability of this, because majority they do fishing, so fish is readily available, especially during monsoon time. It is very difficult to procure chicken from outside. So what we devise a system is, after lots of consultations with various concerned stakeholders, we have decided, but still there is a non-veg component in the midday meal menu.
Will you ban beef? Will you ban beef in the midday meal?
See, midday meal,
Beef and chicken.
yes.
Why you are ban?
See, this is a policy decision. The only thing is, whatever you have, the ultimate purpose is the requirements of the children. If the requirements of the children can be met by providing fish or egg, which is readily available in the local markets, I don't see any problem there. This is a policy decision. Like suppose if a child,
But the nutrition center is very complicated from the
please repeat.
new item from the executive administration, banning non-veg food in catering and culture.
That is what I am telling you. We don't ban non-veg in the menu. Still, there are non-veg components. We wanted to promote local fishermen. They want their fish to be taken by the administration. This is one way we want to promote them. We are not banning fish or we are not banning egg.
They want to eat beef or chicken, what will you do? They want to eat beef or chicken, what will you do? If you are eating beef and chicken.
See, when we discuss with the local stakeholders, because it was decided by a committee, they sit down, they see the menu for the last so many years. In many years, they provide only chicken. In few years, they provide only fish. In few years, they provide only egg. Considering the requirements. For now, what we decide is, yes, for this year, we will provide fish and egg to promote the local fishermen. So this is a conscious decision and this is a policy decision, and this decision is taken by a committee which is there in the education department. So they have consulted so many people. They have consulted fishermen. They have consulted local residents. Yes.
Chicken you ban only because it's not available in electricity. If you get it enough, then you will give it.
See, it's a matter of choice. It is decided by the committee. So it is the discretion of that particular committee that for this period we decide this menu.
Next time you will give.
It's up to the committee to decide. For this year, we have decided, considering the COVID situation, considering the availability of fish readily available in the local markets. So they have decided.
Committee means the administrator, you all included, right? So you will decide.
If you see, the committee is not headed by the administrator, honorable administrator, it is headed by the district collector. And there are representatives from panchayats, there are various officials. So the committee decides. Every year they decide.
Another question is, why you dilute the district panchayat? Like around 5 departments will change to under the executive administration, under the administrator.
Yes, I just want to explain to that.
Like it's not in the local body, it's not in the elected business.
I just want to explain to that. Actually, we are not diluting. Before some years, we have delegated certain powers, administrative powers, especially transfer and posting. Nowhere in the country transfer and posting of gazetted officers are done by the district panchayat. So what we do and what we have taken is about the administrative arrangements. We are going to give more works. We are giving more activities for the panchayats where they have the competence. The only thing that we do is about the administrative arrangement, especially the transfer and posting of the staffs, which ideally should be done by the administration. Even if you see other parts of the country, transfer and posting of the staffs ideally should be done by the administration. So there is just a rearrangement of that.
All these different states only after
I just politely I want to defer to that. Yes, for the last so many years, I will give you a simple example. Smart city. Kavarati, the capital island of Lakshadweep, was selected as part of the smart city in 2018. So we have been doing since 2018. If you see in Lakshadweep, the whole area is considered as panchayat area under the panchayat regulation 1994. But if you see the census, 2011 census, 6 islands have been notified as census towns. As per 2011 census, 6 islands have been considered as census towns. That means they have the parameters, they have certain facilities which can become urban centers. And if you see Syama Prasad Mukherjee urban mission, Amini Island is selected for that. That means we are planning to create urban facilities in an island in Lakshadweep. So if you see the background for the last 5-6 years, all these have been under discussions. And if you see like water villas projects, this have been taken into consideration for the last 2 years. This is not a new thing. So now what we do is, there is a change in the direction and momentum. We wanted to pursue these developmental activities proactively because we cannot simply wait. Lakshadweep needs to be developed holistically. If Maldives can develop like that, why not Lakshadweep? If Kerala is developed like this, why not Lakshadweep?
You're not listening to the Lakshadweep people. That's what they say. You developing all doctors in Lakshadweep.
That is how in Lakshadweep, to be very
വിവിധ വിഷയങ്ങളിൽ പ്രതികരിക്കുകയാണ് ലക്ഷദ്വീപ് കളക്ടർ. തത്സമയം എറണാകുളം പ്രസ് ക്ലബ്ബിലാണ് അദ്ദേഹം മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് സംസാരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇപ്പോൾ നടപ്പാക്കുന്ന പരിഷ്കാരങ്ങൾ ജനനന്മയ്ക്ക് വേണ്ടിയുള്ളതാണ്, വികസന പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളാണ് അവിടെ നടപ്പാക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നതെന്ന് അദ്ദേഹം പറയുന്നു. കോവിഡുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് വാക്സിനേഷൻ എപ്രകാരം പൂർത്തിയാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നതിൽ അദ്ദേഹം വിശദീകരണം നൽകുന്നു. ഒപ്പം ബീഫ് വിഷയത്തിൽ ആവശ്യത്തിന് ലഭിക്കാത്തതിനാലാണ് സ്കൂളുകളിൽ മാംസാഹാരം നിരോധിച്ചത്. മീൻ വിഭവങ്ങൾ പ്രോത്സാഹിപ്പിക്കാൻ തീരുമാനമെടുത്ത ഒരു കമ്മിറ്റിയാണെന്നടക്കമുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളും അദ്ദേഹം പറയുന്നുണ്ട്.